Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So in the previous session, we were trying to get an expression for ripple factor. And I asked you to get an expression for ripple factor. So have you done this? So I asked you to get an expression for ripple factor. Two cases I asked, I told you to do. One is for half wave rectifier, other one is for full wave rectifier. So were you able to do this?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
in case
Yes,
of,
sir.
yeah, in case of HWR, half wave rectifier, ripple factor will be square
1.2.
1.21.
1.21.
1.21.
Yeah, because VRMS is half wave rectifier is Vm by 2
Yes, sir.
whole square minus VDC is Vm by pi, if you remember. And then we divide this by VDC. This whole expression we divide it by VDC. VDC again it is Vm by pi. If you solve this, how much you get? What you get?
1.21.
1.21.
1.21. And in case of full wave rectifier,
0.48.
yeah,
0.48.
yeah. If you solve this again, let me write it. Your numerator part will be Vm by root 2 whole square, VRMS value, and VDC will be 2 Vm by pi whole square divided by VDC again 2 Vm by pi. So if you solve this, you get 0.48.
0.48.
So in case of half wave, you get 1.21. In case of full wave, you get 0.48. Yeah, which is better?
0.48.
Why?
Sir, because it will give more DC, which we want.
Yes. Actually, what is the significance of this parameter ripple factor? What it tells from ripple factor? What do you understand?
So the quality of the DC current or output.
Okay.
So the constant voltage which we get.
Do we come to know the exact or actual AC content of the signal? How much AC content is present in the signal? Because if you see the numerator part is VRMS of ripple, the actual AC, the variation, correct? Divided by the VDC part. So if numerator part is more, means if AC content of the signal is more, I get more and more ripple factor. I get a very high ripple factor. If AC content of the signal is less, the ripple factor reduces because numerator part reduces. RMS of the ripple will reduce. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so we understand the AC content, how much AC content is present in the signal by looking at this particular parameter, ripple factor. By checking this parameter, we understand how much AC content is present in the signal. That is the significance of this parameter. Fine. So how many parameters we have analyzed for rectifiers? In case of rectifiers, we have analyzed 4 parameters till now. What are those 4 parameters? DC, RMS, efficiency, and ripple factor. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now the last parameter you can note down. We call it peak inverse voltage. Peak inverse voltage. Or in short, we call it PIV. PIV for rectifier circuit. Right? Straight away you can note down the definition. Later I will explain what it is. So it is defined as magnitude of magnitude of peak value of voltage across the diode under reversed biased condition. Under reverse biased condition. Fine. So we define it as magnitude of peak value, means maximum value of voltage. When I say peak, it is the maximum value of voltage across any diode, right? Under reverse bias condition. So I can say in short, magnitude of maximum value of voltage across a reverse bias diode. Across a reverse bias diode. Okay, so I will take half-wave rectifier. Half-wave rectifier, do we have the circuit here? Yes. So this is the circuit, half-wave rectifier. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. You tell me under what condition the diode gets reverse biased? Is it in the positive half cycle?
Negative
or
half
is it
cycle.
negative
Negative
half
half.
cycle? Yeah, negative half cycle. The voltage across the secondary is minus plus. Terminal A is negative with respect to B. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And we get a voltage something. I will erase this. We get a voltage something like this. Like this, do we get during negative half cycle below the reference value? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So can I erase this diode, which
Yes,
shows
sir.
that the diode is reverse bias? Ideal diode, I take it as infinite resistance. Under reverse bias condition, it is offering infinite resistance. Is this fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now please concentrate and listen. Will current flow in this circuit?
No, sir.
No. Why? Why current is not going to flow? Even if it tries to flow, since the diode is open circuited, right, there is no path for the current to flow. So you find the current in this circuit is zero because there is no path for the current to flow. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that means, do we get any voltage drop across the resistance RL?
No, sir.
No, there is no drop across this. So if that is the case, can I say, please concentrate, please focus here. Can I say the voltage across the diode, I'm just marking it. I change the color of pen, I'm marking it. Can I say the voltage across the diode is equal to the voltage across the secondary winding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because you see, terminal A is connected to one end of this, say X1, one end, and terminal B is connected to the other terminal X2. Because why I'm saying terminal B is connected to X2, because there is no drop across the resistance RL. You don't get any voltage drop across resistance RL. That means terminal B is connected to X2, X1 is connected to A. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. If that is the case, what is the maximum value of voltage that is appearing across the diode? Is it this minus Vm? The peak
Yes,
value? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Yeah. So in case of half-wave rectifier, can you tell me what is now PIV? What is peak inverse voltage?
Sir, 0.
0. Others? Read this thing definition.
So secondary winding voltage.
Secondary
VM.
winding. What is the maximum value across the secondary? How much you are getting voltage? VM. So should I
VM.
write When I say magnitude, is it magnitude of peak voltage minus Vm? Yes or no? It is, say, read the definition. It is defined as magnitude of peak value, maximum value of voltage across the diode under reverse biased condition. So when the diode is reverse biased, what is the maximum voltage that is appearing across the diode? We are getting a waveform like this across secondary. Across secondary, I'm getting like this. Now, what is the maximum value of this? It is minus Vm. If I take the magnitude of this, will it be Vm?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, in case of half-wave rectifier, PIV, peak inverse voltage, is Vm. You have any doubts in this? You can ask. Any doubts, or can I proceed? Can I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. My question is, if it is before I take up this thing, center tap full wave, bridge rectifier, if I take bridge rectifier, can you tell me what is PIV? What is PIV? I will erase all these
Vm.
things. Vm,
2 VM.
2 Vm. Okay. Analyze and tell me properly. I'll draw the diodes so that if you remember, I told two parallel diodes must point in the same direction. So here, two parallel diodes, they are pointing in the same direction. Okay. Yeah. Now, during positive half cycle, what is the condition during positive half cycle? Terminal A is positive with respect to B. All agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Positive with respect to B means diode D1, will it conduct? Will it conduct? Diode D1 will conduct. Diode
D3 will conduct.
D2 will be off. D3 will conduct and D4 will be off. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, I am interested in on conducting diode or off diode. Are we interested in?
Off.
We are interested in a diode which is not going to conduct. That means I will take D4. You can take any of the diodes in this which is not going to conduct. You can take either D3 or D2. I am taking D4. I'm sorry. You can take either D4 or D2 because D2 is also not going to conduct. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'll take any one of the diodes. So I'll take this diode. That is which one? D1, D3. This is
D4.
D4. So I'll take D4. Fine. Any doubts in this?
No, sir.
Yeah. And what about the condition of these two diodes? I forgot. D1 and D2 are conducting. So I have to replace it by short circuit. I have to replace these two by short circuit. Okay. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, I am interested in the voltage across this diode, D4. I want to know what is the voltage across diode D4. Across secondary, the condition is we are in positive half cycle. We get a cap. We get a cap like this. Am I correct? Above zero axis. This is Vm plus Vm. Is it fine? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now please concentrate and listen. Do you agree one end of D4 is connected to terminal A?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you agree that the other end of D4 is connected to B? Because since this diode D3 is conducting, is other end of diode D4 connected to terminal B?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is it clear? Because it is getting shorted. That means,
Yes.
is the secondary winding voltage, is it appearing across T4? Are these two in parallel now? T4 and this thing, secondary winding?
Yes, sir.
Yes. If that is the case, what is the maximum value of voltage that is appearing across T4? What is the peak value?
Sir, VM.
Vm. What about others?
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
VM.
Vm. So I write, in case of a bridge rectifier, of course, bridge rectifier in the sense this falls in full wave rectifier category. So FWR. In case of bridge rectifier, we find peak inverse voltage is again Vm. Any doubts in this?
No, sir.
Fine. Now, I'll take up the third case. Third case is, I'll take up center tapped. Center tapped full wave rectifier. Center tapped full wave rectifier. Tell me what it is. I'll go back to the circuit. I'll scroll it up. Yeah. In this case, can you analyze? Can you analyze this circuit? I'll erase all these things so that easily you can analyze this. Again, I will take any one of the cycles, positive cycle. I'll take positive cycle. I'll take positive half cycle. Yeah, tell me what happens during positive half cycle? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If I say voltage across the secondary winding is 2 Vm during positive cycle, what will the center tap do? I had explained it. If you remember, I had explained.
Divides
What
the
will
voltage into half.
it
Divide the
divides
voltage into
it divides the voltage by 2.
one diode and one VM to the other diode.
Yeah. So during positive cycle, if you remember, I had explained the voltage across the secondary due to the presence of this center tap transformer, it gets divided by 2. That means I'm going to get Vm and Vm. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Is the screen visible? I think
No,
something
sir.
went wrong.
No,
Yeah,
sir.
No, sir.
I'm
No,
sorry.
sir.
Yeah, something went wrong here. Please wait. Is it visible now?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I
sir.
think, yeah. Okay. So if I ground the center tap this thing, I'm going to get plus Vm in the upper loop, and in the lower loop, again, I'm going to get Vm, provided the voltage across the secondary is 2 Vm. Is this fine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now, during positive half cycle, do you agree this diode will conduct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Diode,
Yes, sir.
I can turn this diode on. Diode D1 is on. What about diode D2?
Sir, D2 won't conduct
D2 won't
because
conduct. Yeah. The reason is during positive cycle,
it will be reverse bias.
it gets reverse biased. This is like two half wave rectifiers, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The upper loop diode will conduct. The lower loop diode is off. Any doubts in this?
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now again, please focus. I want voltage across the diode which is not going to conduct. In the sense, I am interested in the voltage across a reverse bias diode here. How much it is? How to find?
VM.
Okay. Any other answer? Now, don't blindly say this diode is getting connected across the secondary winding. In the sense, across half of the second, not the full secondary winding, half of the secondary winding. Properly analyze. Is terminal X1 of the diode, is it connected to terminal B of secondary winding?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Terminal X2 of the diode, is it connected to one end of load resistance? One of the ends, not both the ends. One of
Yes,
the
sir.
ends. Huh? So what we understand here is terminal X2 is not connected to the secondary winding. Instead of getting connected to the secondary winding, now it is getting connected to, say, terminal P of this RL. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That means, is the voltage, just see, if this, if diode D1 conducts, this is plus minus Vm, this is also plus minus Vm, equal. Both voltages are same, gets divided by 2. Yes or no? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if D1 conducts, will current flow through this load like this? Yes or no? Will
Yes,
the
sir.
current?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
If that is the case, across the load, will I get plus minus Vm? Will I
Yes,
get
sir.
plus minus Vm?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes. See, why I'm writing plus minus Vm? Because see, this P is connected to this terminal A, terminal A of the secondary winding. So that which is sitting at positive potential plus Vm. Is this fine? Can you make out?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So this is plus. And what about this terminal? I will take it as Q. Is Q connected to the center tap, which is sitting at minus now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. That means across the load, I am going to get Vm. Across the secondary winding, the lower loop, half of the secondary winding, I am getting plus minus Vm. That means, is the condition now two voltage sources in series, something like this? I'm just drawing it. Just see. Minus plus Vm across the load, minus plus Vm, and this is connected to diode like this, which is not conducting. Is the condition, is it looking something like this, what I drawn?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
what is the voltage across the diode now?
Sir, 2VN.
See, this is sitting at plus, and the left side terminal X1, I think I have taken X1, X2, I'm sorry. Okay. So X2 is connected to plus, X1 is connected to minus. So if I ask you what is the voltage difference between X1 and X2, is it equal to two battery voltages connected in series? Two batteries here you find connected in series. Is it equal to 2 times Vm? Are these two batteries connected in
Yes,
series?
sir.
Can you make out? Plus
Yes.
minus plus minus. So in case of center tap full wave rectifier, what happens is the voltage across the secondary is equal to the voltage drop across the load plus the voltage drop across half of the secondary winding, not the full, half of the secondary winding. Because we understand it looks something like two batteries connected in series. Are you getting this concept?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So you must be really careful when you analyze a center tap rectifier. So I can write here, in case of center tap full wave rectifier, it is 2 times Pm. Is this fine? It is 2 times
Yes.
Pm. Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
now the question is, what is the significance of this parameter? Why should I look at the circuit and check the voltage across a reverse bias diode? What we are going to achieve? Anybody in that class? If you try to recall, I had explained this 3-4 sessions back. Why should I look at the circuit? And
So
again in
to
the
see if
circuit,
avalanche breakdown is happening or not.
exactly. Good. So when I reverse bias a diode, right, I have to check what is the maximum voltage that is appearing across the diode. Reason is, if say Vm is 100 volts, if Vm is 100 volts, am I going to damage the diode? Because I had explained P is equal to V into I. I is almost constant under reverse bias condition because it is I equal to I naught. I equal to I naught. Current is very less. It's a very low value. But what about the voltage? If this goes up, to hundreds of volts, will the power go up?
Yes,
sir.
So if power shoots up, am I going to damage the diode?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we have to check what is the peak value of voltage that is appearing across a reverse bias diode. What we check under forward bias condition? What we check under forward bias condition?
Current, sir.
Current. We check the current. The
Maximum
current must,
current, IX.
yes, yeah. The current must not exceed I max. In the sense, the maximum allowable current through a diode, we have to check in the sheet, specification sheet. Else we are going to damage the diode if it crosses that, because power will go up. Voltage is less, but current will shoot up. But in case of reverse bias, current is less, voltage will move up. If voltage moves up and if the peak value is say hundreds of volts, we are going to spoil the diode. Is it fine? So we must, to avoid this, we must not damage the diode in the circuit. We have to check this PIV. All of you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is the significance of this parameter. Fine. So I have covered all the parameters, right? I have explained practically what happens. Now from the test and examination point of view, you are supposed to know these 5 parameters. I'll just list it here: DC, RMS, percentage efficiency, ripple factor, and PIV. So given a circuit, you must be in a position to find all these 5 parameters, right? And I will take some extra session where I am going to solve only numericals problems. Fine. Right now I am in analysis part. Numericals I haven't solved till now. So I'll take one session, maybe for 1.5 hours, where I'm going to solve all numericals. I'll include all complicated problems also in that. Okay? Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what I'm expecting from your side before I take up that session, you must revise all these parameters thoroughly. You must revise and come. So when I'm solving numericals, I'll not go back and explain all these things once again, right? I'll take this as prerequisite and I'm going to solve the problems. Don't expect me to explain this again and again. Fine. It is now your responsibility. If you want, go through the recorded videos and come prepared. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now, I will do some further processing to improve this waveform. Actually, Now we understand half full wave rectifier is much better compared to half wave. Looking at these 5 parameters, especially the efficiency, especially the DC and the ripple factor. Looking at these parameters, we understand full wave rectifier is better compared to half wave. But my question is, have we achieved this DC?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No. Still we are getting ripples. And what we call this?
Pulsating
Technically we
DC.
call this, we call it
Pulsated DC.
Yeah, pulsating DC. So this is a pulsating DC. This is neither AC nor DC. It is pulsating DC. Our objective, our aim is to get this constant value. It should not vary with respect to time. The voltage must not vary with respect to time. Okay, so we'll try to improve this. We'll do some improvisation. So further processing we will do and try to improve this waveform, what I have drawn here, full wave rectifier. Okay, so for that, what I'm going to do is I'll take up again. Okay, straight away I will take up a bridge rectifier because bridge is the best. So I'll draw it here. Primary, secondary winding. Parallel diodes must point in the same direction, right? And this is terminal A, B, and the load is connected in between here. Fine. Now, to do further processing, what I will do is I will connect a capacitor here. I'll connect a capacitor here. Means we are going to connect another passive device across the load. Capacitor is a passive device. It's not an active device. So later I will explain when I take up transistor, the difference between passive and active device. So I am going to connect one more element in the circuit, a capacitor across the load. And we'll try to analyze this. We'll try to understand what is going to happen now. Okay. Again, don't by heart. Try to understand the concept. Again, during positive cycle, I can make these two diodes to conduct. So this diode is on. This is also on. And these two diodes are off. Okay. Please concentrate and listen. So during positive cycle, terminal A is plus with respect to B. Diodes are conducting, two parallel diodes are conducting. Fine. Now, what is the voltage across the capacitor? Think and answer. What is the voltage across the capacitor? During positive cycle, let me draw a cap here. Across the secondary, we are getting a cap. Peak value is Vm above the reference. Yeah. Think and answer this. What is the voltage across the load, or what is the voltage across the capacitor?
VM.
Think.
VM.
VM only,
All,
sir.
VM, all agree? See,
Yes.
terminal A is connected to one end of capacitor. Say this is P. Terminal B is connected to the other end of capacitor because the lower diode is conducting. So automatically Q is connected to P, the other end of capacitor. Am I correct? Yes or no?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. That means as
Sir,
this, yeah,
sir,
tell me. Yeah,
Sir,
what
can you
happened?
repeat this once again? The
Yeah.
statement just lost
Yeah.
the connection.
Yeah, my question here is, what is the voltage across the capacitor when the diodes are conducting, in the sense during positive half cycle? During positive half cycle. So during positive half cycle, across the secondary, I am going to get a cap above reference whose peak value is Vm. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, do you agree that these two diodes, I think this had taken D1 and D3. So these two diodes are going to conduct. Yes or no? D1 and D3 during positive half cycle.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Is it fine? Somebody raised a query. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if that is the case, is terminal P, the right side plate of capacitor, the right hand side plate of capacitor P, is it connected to A? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The left side plate of capacitor is, that is Q, is it connected to B because D3 is conducting?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now please concentrate here. As the input voltage rises to Vm, will capacitor gets charged to Vm? I'll change the
Yes,
color
sir.
of pen. Will
Yes.
Yes, sir.
capacitor gets charged to this voltage Vm?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All agree with this?
Yes, sir.
So it gets, capacitor gets charged to this voltage Vm. Is this fine? I changed the color of pen. So I am showing here the capacitor is getting charged and it is moving towards Vm. And when it reaches, when input reaches peak value Vm, capacitor is fully charged to Vm. Fully charged to Vm. So now the voltage across this is Vm. Now the problem arises. And here you find it little difficult to understand. Please concentrate. Now, do you agree that right side plate of capacitor, it's sitting at plus and the voltage, the left side plate is sitting at minus, the voltage Vm, is P, is it sitting at Vm now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now the secondary winding, listen, the secondary winding, the voltage drops from Vm. Is it dropping now? Once it reaches, once it hits the peak value, will it start dropping?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That means if I take the left side plate of, I'm sorry, if I take the P type of diode, this is your PN junction diode. If I take the P side, am I getting a voltage here less than Vm?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about the N side of diode?
Sir, more than VM.
Not more than, it is sitting at Vm, no?
Okay, so it will be VM only, sir.
P is Vm, no? P is what actually? The voltage across the capacitor. The
Yes.
capacitor voltage is Vm. So what I want to convey here is the right side of the diode, that is the N side. N side is sitting at Vm, but the P side, the left side of the diode, it is sitting at now a voltage less than Vm because the voltage across the secondary is dropping. It hits the peak and drop. Am I correct?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
If,
Yes.
so let me take, for example, just to make you understand, this Vm is 5. Now the left side of the diode, that is the P side, I am getting 4. So what is the voltage across the diode now? Is it
1
4
volt.
minus 5? 4
1
minus
volt.
5. No, it is minus 1. 4 minus 5.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting this concept? So let me draw it here. This is my diode D1. The situation is now.
Yes.
Yeah. What happened?
Sir, so now the diode will be in reverse bias, no?
That is what I'm trying to convey here. So the situation is now diode D1. If I take, this is my D1 diode. The right side, cathode side, it is at plus 5 volt because capacitance is connected here. Here you find a capacitor which is fully charged to Vm. I've taken 5 volts. But the left side plate, the left side of the diode, that is the anode of the diode, N type. It's not N, P type. So this is PN junction diode like this. The P type, I am getting a voltage less than 5. All agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Because
sir.
across the secondary, the voltage is dropping. So what is the net potential across the diode? What is the potential difference?
-1.
Minus.
Yeah, if it is 4, if the left side is 4, right side is 5, I am getting -1. That means, is the diode getting reverse bias?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes. So now I have to erase this. The diode is not conducting. So we have a special situation here where we understand when the voltage across the secondary goes to the peak and then starts dropping, diode D1 is not conducting. In the earlier case, diode D1 was conducting during entire positive half cycle. In the entire positive half cycle, the diode D1 was conducting. Here you find when the voltage hits the peak and starts dropping, diode D1 stops conducting. Are you getting this concept now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So because of the presence of capacitance now, which is fully charged to Vm, the diode D1 turns off. Okay. Quickly you tell me what happens to D3? What happens to D3? Anybody in the class?
Sir, the opposite.
Sir,
You
it
see?
will go to -Vm, then rise a bit.
You tell me, if I take D3, if I take this as D3, what is the voltage on the left hand side? What is the voltage on the right hand side? Properly think and tell me. Look at the circuit and tell me, if this diode is D3, what is the voltage on the left hand side of the diode? That is on the P side. And what is the voltage on the right side? That is the on the N side.
Sir,
Sir,
on the left side it will be 5 volts and on the right side it will be 4.
Think. It's not +5. Is it not -5? Because see, capacitor left plate, that is Q, is connected to this. Is it not -5?
Yes, sir.
Just check the circuit, no? D3 anode, is it connected to Q?
yes, sir.
Q, is it minus or plus?
Sir, minus.
Minus.
Because capacitor, when it charges, the right side plate is plus, left side plate is minus. Since Q is minus, if I ask you what is the voltage on the left side of diode, is it not minus Vm or minus pi? Is it not minus
Yes.
Vm?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes. Yeah. What about the right side? Right side of the diode? That is the N side of the diode here, this part.
-4, right?
-4.
Is it not -4?
Yes,
Because
sir.
the voltage has dropped now, correct? And B is minus. Will I not get -4?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is the net potential difference?
1
Is it
volt.
not -1?
Minus
Mi-
-1.
Yeah, -5, -4, you get -1. Is the diode reverse bias?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
You see the situation now. Once the voltage hits the peak across the secondary, once the voltage hits the peak, positive half cycle, all the diodes are off. Any doubts in this? All the diodes are off. All agree?
Yes, sir.
Any issues or any doubts, please ask. If you find it difficult to digest, you can ask. I can help you. Is this concept clear?
Yes, sir.
Can I proceed? Others are keeping quiet. I don't know how many of you
Yes,
have
sir.
followed. Okay,
Yes,
good.
sir.
Good. If you have followed, it's good. Okay. Now my question. Capacitor is fully charged. Fully charged to what value? Capacitor is
Vm.
fully Vm. So it is fully charged to Vm, which is equal to 5. Okay. When all the diodes are off, Will it keep quiet? Will the capacitor keep quiet?
No, sir.
What it will do? There is a
Discharge.
load.
It will discharge.
There is a load connected, and this is forming a loop. It is something like this. I'll draw it here. A load connected. Capacitor is fully charged. Charged to what value? Right side plate is plus. Left side plate is sitting at minus. Say Vm. 5 volts I have taken as an example. So Vm. Will it keep quiet? Will it not form a loop here? This one. Will it not discharge?
Yes,
It
sir.
will.
It will discharge. So what do you expect? The waveform, will it discharge like this? Or can it discharge like this? Or can it discharge like this? Possible? I don't know how it is going to discharge. There is a possibility immediately it can get discharged. There is a possibility slowly it gets discharged. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Now, how will I come to know how it is discharging? Whether it is slow or fast. How will we come to know? This we come to know looking at RL into C value. We are going to get the discharge time by looking at this value, RL into C. What is R? R is resistance of the circuit, load resistance. What is C? The capacitance value, what you are connected. So if I take the product of this R into C, I am going to get the time. If you want, I will just prove it. Just concentrate. R is V by I. All agree?
Yes, sir.
Capacitance is what? Anybody in the class? Capacitance?
Charge by
Is it-
potential.
Okay, charge by potential, or can I write I, see, Q is equal to C into V. dq by dt, if I want the current, it is C dV by dt. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if I ask you what is I, what is I? This is I actually. dq by dt is I. So can I write I into dt by dV?
Yes, sir.
Just cross
Yes.
multiply, no? Just push this dt to the new to the left hand side. dV will come to the I have to push it to the denominator. dt gets pushed to the numerator. It is I into dt by dV. All agree? Is it equal to C?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Will this I unit get cancelled?
Yes, sir.
Will V unit get cancelled with this dV?
Yes, sir.
What we are left out with?
Time.
dt.
Time. What this time says? What this time indicates?
Sir, the
Rapid
time
discharge or gradual discharge.
That the time taken by the capacitor to discharge. Correct? Yes,
Yes.
or no? If I make this large, if I make this time large enough, what is going to happen?
It would discharge very slow.
Yeah.
The time taken by the capacitor to discharge will be more and more. That means slowly it will discharge. Yes or no? So it will discharge like this. Example I am giving, it will discharge like this. All agree with this? Any doubts
Yes,
in
sir.
this? Right? For that, what should I do? What should we do? RL, which is the load connected, this is not in our hand. For example, if you connect a mixer at home, you have to take the resistance value of that mixer. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. C, is it in our hand while designing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So can we raise the value of this? If I raise the
Yes, sir.
value of this, will the capacitor slowly discharge?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting it? So this is how you have to design a circuit. You have to choose a capacitance value such a way that it will slowly discharge. In the sense, very high value of capacitance if you take, it will slowly discharge. Are you getting it? All of you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. My question is, till what value the capacitance is going to discharge? Till what value of voltage?
0.
No. No. See, it is discharging here. Will I reach a point where, will we reach a point where again V in value goes up, capacitance voltage drops? Just see.
Yes, sir.
See here, once I cross this point, right, your V in goes up. But what about the voltage across the capacitance? It is sitting at this point. For example, V in is again moving towards 5 volts, right? Capacitance voltage, it has dropped now. It is reducing, right? As I'm moving with respect to time, it is discharging means it is reducing. Say it has reduced to 2 volts. Now somewhere V in will cross 2 and move towards 5. All agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then will again diode start conducting?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Maybe this is in the negative half cycle. Maybe this diode will conduct now. These two diodes will conduct. This will be off. Am I correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Again, when these two diodes are conducting, what will the capacitance do? Will it again charge to 5 volts?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Once it again charges to full 5 volts, again will it start discharging?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Again charges to 5, again discharges, because maximum is 5. It can't go beyond 5. Maximum voltage across the secondary is 5. Again it starts discharging, charge, discharge. So will I get a waveform something like this?
Yes, sir.
Is this waveform tending towards DC?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it not much better compared to the rectifier output, what we had earlier?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the idea here is by connecting a capacitance, we are going to get less ripples. Ripples we are reducing. Is it fine? Are you getting this concept?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So now the question here is, you may not understand what is happening here, this capacitance. Capacitor, the best example I can give, just to make you understand, it is like inverter at home. It is like inverter at home. When you get power from the electricity board, say from the electricity board, you are getting power. What will inverter do?
Charge itself.
It will get charged.
It gets charged, inverter gets charged, all agree?
Yes, sir.
When the power is on, when you're getting this thing current from the electricity board, inverter automatically it gets charged. Now when the power goes off, if you turn on fan at home, or if you turn on the lights at home, or even the TV at home, television at home, will the inverter start discharging?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Now think, I have connected only one single fan. So inverter slowly discharges. Maybe it will take 5 hours or 6 hours to discharge. Along with the fan, I turn on the light, I turn on the television. Will it take less time? Maybe it will take 3 hours to discharge.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because, sir, more appliances are being used at a single.
Is inverter getting loaded by all these equipments?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Am I increasing the RL value, load resistance, by connecting all these things, by turning on all this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you can imagine, actually not imagine, actually inverter is a capacitor. So what happens when the power is on? the inverter battery simply gets charged, means capacitor gets charged. And these are the loads connected. If you don't turn on the load, it will hold the charge. Capacitor will hold the charge. But as soon as you connect the load, fan, light, TV, mixer at home, immediately it starts discharging. Now you find if all these are turned on, immediately the discharging will be rapid. Immediately it gets discharged. But if you turn on only the fan, slowly it will discharge. Are you getting the concept now? Is it fine? So when the power is off, depending on the load, this inverter will discharge, the capacitor will discharge. It can happen in 6 hours, it can happen in 3 hours, or it can happen within an hour, depending on the load you are turned on. Is this concept clear? Now, when the power goes off, it discharges. Again, when the power is turned on, again when you get current from the electricity board, will it stop discharging and will it again start charging?
Yes, sir.
Exactly the same phenomena is happening here in this circuit. All of you getting this concept? Capacitor is an inverter. RL is the load, the equipments what we have at home. When capacitor gets charged, it will hold the charge. But as soon as you turn on the load, when you connect the load, it starts discharging. And the discharge time constant depends on what? Depends on the product of load resistance and capacitance value, R into C. Is this fine? Any
Yes, sir.
doubts in this you can ask. Now, what should I do? If I want more DC from this, what should I do? I have to increase the value of capacitance. When I increase the value of capacitance, RL into C will increase. Capacitor will slowly discharge. If the capacitor is discharging, the waveform, what we are going to get, this waveform, it is tending more and more towards DC. Are you getting it? If I connect a very low value of capacitance, you may get a waveform like this. Like this you may get. Correct? Is it tending towards
Yes.
DC? It is better
Yes, sir.
compared to your rectifier output, but it is not tending towards DC. If I want to make the waveform tend towards DC, RL into C I have to increase. In the sense, capacitance I have to increase. C value I have to increase. Any doubts in this you can ask. Whatever I have explained. If you are not followed, please ask. I'm ready to explain it once again. Right? Don't hesitate. These are all important concepts. If you break open your mobile charger, this is the circuit what is available in that. Mobile charger, you just open it. Your laptop charging this thing, charger, you open it. Have you seen when you charge a laptop, no? When you connect the laptop, right? In the path, have you seen this triangular battery connected? A triangular circuit, something like this, which is very heavy.
Yes, sir.
What is inside this? Inside this, there is a rectifier circuit, nothing else. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So it gets AC from the supply. It gets AC, this thing from the supply. When you connect the socket, it gets AC, converts it into DC, and that is going to charge the laptop battery. That is going to charge your laptop because it requires a DC. So AC is getting converted to DC. Is this fine? So in many places you will find this. Don't think it's a waste. Still research is going on to improve this, right? So in many places you find this rectifier circuits. Can I proceed? Any doubts? I hope this concept is clear. Still, we haven't achieved this DC. The final DC we haven't achieved. Still, I have to do further processing that we'll see later. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, if you ask me rectifier with the capacitor filter, because just now I explained rectifier circuit with capacitor filter. I connected a capacitor and it is helping me to achieve the DC this thing. So this circuit is basically rectifier with capacitor filter. This is basically to improve the waveform. Okay. If you ask me what is VDC of this, the derivation of this is not there in your syllabus. Straight away, I will write the expression. The expression is VDC of this is 4FCRL. You can just note down, divided by 1 plus 4FCRL into peak value VM. This is for full wave rectifier, FWR. This is for full wave rectifier. For half wave rectifier, HWR, this is 2FCRL divided by 1 plus 2FCRL. This is for half wave rectifier. Is this fine? Now, what is F in this? F is the frequency of the signal applied. Now, what we are applying? What is the frequency of the signal applied? In India, it is 50 Hertz. Abroad, it is 60 Hertz. Is it fine? Are you
Yes,
getting
sir.
it? Yes. Please wait. I'm facing some issues with this one more. I'll just come out and again I will load. I'm sharing the screen. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I was trying to write the expression 1 plus 2 FCRL by 1 plus 2 FCRL into VM. So in case of full wave rectifier, you find it is 4 FCRL by 1 plus 4 FCRL into VM, VDC value. In case of half wave rectifier, I'll write it like this, 2 FCRL by 1 plus 2 FC. In this, F is the frequency of the signal. Whatever signal we are applying, no? Sinusoidal signal. What we get from the electricity board, that's the frequency of that. Now, why this frequency F comes into picture? The reason is we have connected capacitor. Are you getting it? The reason is we have connected capacitor. And capacitance reactance, somebody has turned on, it is disturbing. Somebody has turned on the mic. Please turn it off. Yeah. The reason is capacitance reactance is dependent on frequency F. XC is dependent on frequency. Since we are connected capacitor here, in the expression VDC, we are getting 4 times frequency C, the capacitance value, into RL, the load resistance RL, multiplied by the peak value of the input voltage. Right? This VM is the peak value of the voltage what we have applied. If you ask me how it looks VDC, it is something like this. Let me draw it and show. Your x-axis is omega t, y-axis is V out, and we are getting a waveform like this. All agree that we are getting a waveform charging, discharging like this? Fine. So your VDC is average value of this waveform. Where is the average value? Is it somewhere in between?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
correct? So your VDC with respect to reference, if you ask, this is VDC. Is this fine? This peak value is Vm. Peak value of this waveform is Vm. Right? Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
This is the average value. With respect to the reference, this is the average value of the waveform. Okay, one more expression let me write. Ripple factor. Ripple factor of this, again derivation is not there. In case of full wave rectifier, it is 1 by 4 root 3 FCRL. In case of half wave rectifier, it is 1 by 2 root 3 FCRL. This is for full wave rectifier, FWR, and this is for HWR, half wave rectifier. Is it fine? Now, the question is, why you are getting this root 3? Derivation is not. Earlier we had this you had this derivation. Now they have removed it. Okay. I don't want to waste time deriving all these things. Earlier this derivation was there. Now they are expecting you to know this and design a circuit. That reason derivation part they have removed. Anyhow, just to make you feel how we get this expression, this root 3 term, why we are getting this root 3? Because this waveform, what I have drawn here, this waveform, charging and discharging, in the derivation, can I approximately take it as a triangle? Can we approximately take it as a triangular waveform? A triangle like this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So if you find the RMS value of triangle, because ripple factor, how we get, how we derive? If you remember, it is V RMS ripple by VDC. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
If you find the RMS value of this triangle, the RMS value of triangle is 1 by root 3. Just like for sinusoidal signal, the RMS value is 1 by root 2. For triangular waveform, it is 1 by root 3. How you find the RMS value of triangle? How you find RMS value of triangle? Can I split this into two parts? This is one straight line. The slope is up, moving up. A straight line that is moving up, a positive slope. Similarly, can I take this line which is dropping, a negative slope line? And can I write equation of this line? Can we write equation of this line? Y equal to mx plus c. Can we write? Here you find the
Yes.
slope is positive. You know the coordinates of this. You know the coordinates of this. For example, this is somewhere here. Somewhere here. Say it is 2 comma some. This is my x value. X value is 0. I'm sorry. X value is 0. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm having some network issues here. I'm at home actually. Okay. I'll again share the screen. Is it visible?
No, sir.
Hello?
No, sir.
I shared the screen. Is it
Yes,
visible now?
no, sir.
Still no.
No, sir.
Is it visible now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, please wait.
The black it has built this.
Is it visible now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Just wait and see. Check now. I've shared the screen.
Oh, we can't see the
No,
screen,
sir.
sir.
Now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Anyhow, it's fine. No, we'll wind up the session. Okay. What I was trying to explain in this is half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier, VDC and VR ripple factor. Okay. These two are the parameters we're not going to analyze. You have to just remember, because when we design the circuits, we are going to use it. Okay. Those two parameters, just go through. It's there in my recorded video because the formulas I had already written. Just go through. VDC for half wave rectifier, VDC for full wave. Similarly, the ripple factor for half wave, ripple factor for full wave rectifier. So those formulas we are going to use when we design the circuit. Other things are not required. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And maybe in the next session, we'll try to improve this. We'll do further processing and get a constant value, DC value. How we do that, how we achieve that in the next session, I'm going to explain. Now, from the assessment point of view, your first quiz, I'm going to fix the portion till here, what I have covered. Okay. Again, I'm going to repeat for the first assessment, what we are going to carry out, the portion is still rectifier with capacitor filter. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The numerical problems and all, next week I'll take a extra session and I'm going to solve all types of numerical problems. Okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So theory session, it's over. Till here it is. Your first assessment portion is still here. Right? Don't ask me repeatedly. I have announced twice now. Again and again I'm repeatedly. I don't know the class rep. Who is the class rep now? Somebody got elected or still it is pending?
So it is pending.
It's pending. Okay. Okay. Then take this as announcement that your first test portion is still rectifier with capacitor filter. Both concept, theory, circuit, and problems. Everything will be asked in the assessment. You must be thorough with all these things. Now, what type of numerical problems you can expect, that when I take up the session, no, there I am going to let you know. Okay. But concept, circuit, and the theory part, whatever I have covered, right? You must be thorough with this. This is what I'm. And regarding the notes, soft copy of the notes, today, maybe tonight, I'm going to upload it. You can open the notes and start reading it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Is it fine? Okay.
Sir, will the quiz
Okay, then
be
we'll
on Google Forms?
Yes, exactly. It will be not in Google Form, MS Team, MS Forms, Microsoft.
Okay, sir.
Okay. That will schedule it. You need not worry. Just take the correct answer. That's it. Fine. And
Yes.
maybe the first assessment when we carry out, you may get the 20 questions. 20 questions of 0.5 marks each. And not yet finalized, but tentatively you can take 20 questions of 0.5 marks each. So your assessment will be carried out out of 10 marks. Right? Your first assessment is out of 10 marks. You may get 20 questions, 0.5 marks each, and maybe the time duration will be half an hour. Half an hour
Sir,
time.
is the pattern multiple question?
Yes.
Multiple...
Yes. All 20 questions will be MCQs.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, all 20 questions will be MCQs. You will get half an hour time. You have to just tick the correct answer. And yeah.
Orally.
Hello. No,
Or
your voice is breaking. You're not. Your voice is not audible. Who is this fellow? Somebody is raising some query. I can't. No, your voice is not audible. I can't hear you. Hello? Hello? What about others? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes.
Yeah. What is he trying to ask? Is he audible to others?
No, sir.
He said
No.
something. It's
Sir, I think he is asking if the quiz is oral or written, something like that.
Written. No, it is written, no? It will be in MS Team forms. Maybe the quiz will be scheduled. I don't know the timings. For half an hour, it will be scheduled. You'll get half an hour. You have to tick the correct answer. Right answers you have to tick. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Huh?
Anything else? Yeah.
Sir?
Tell me.
Sir,
Yeah,
I have a
tell
doubt
me.
from today's class.
Yeah. Tell me.
Sir,
Yeah. Wait. Just a minute. Wait. Abhay Sharma, no? Please wait.
Yes.
Yeah, please wait. Now, today's class is over. Others can leave. Okay. If you have
Thank
any
you,
doubts,
sir.
you can. Yeah. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Else, you can leave. You need not wait. Yeah. Tell me, Abhay Sharma. Any doubts?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
we know that our appliances works on DC. And sir, we also know
Yeah.
that via rectifier, we cannot get perfect DC. Sir, so will it affect our appliances in a bad way or it will be okay?
Yes, my next circuit, my further processing, next circuit will be regulator circuit. Okay. And that regulator circuit, using that regulator circuit, I am going to get a perfect DC. Now,
Okay.
your question is what happens if there is any variation? So if the voltage what we get after rectifying, if it is not stable, right?
Yes,
It
sir.
all depends on the equipment what we are going to use. If fluctuation is there and that equipment can't handle the fluctuation, then we are going to damage it. What happens in the fluctuation? Voltage fluctuates, current will also get fluctuate, means power is also getting fluctuated. If the equipment is not in a position to handle it, right? If it is a very delicate this thing equipment, in the sense the circuit used in that equipment, if it is very delicate, then we are going to damage it. It all depends on the equipment what we are going to connect the load.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sometimes equipment may not require, some equipments may not require a perfect DC. It can handle fluctuation. I have seen those type of this thing equipment.
Okay, sir. Sir,
Okay.
and the stabilizer
For
is
example,
okay.
inverter circuits and all, if you go to a vendor and purchase a this thing uh, converter in the sense AC to DC, there he may not add a regulator. He may use a rectifier, this thing, power diodes he may use, and very high value of capacitance he may use, and that he will provide you. At home, some equipments easily you can run with that type of rectifier. It is possible. I've seen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah. Anything else?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Fine. So shall I wind up the session? Others, any doubts? Any query you have, you can ask. Else I will wind up the session. Shall I close the session?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay then. Thank you. Thank you.